Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Nick Aldis has been running SmackDown for quite some time now, and he has done a great job. But lately, things have been getting a little out of control for him. A recent backstage segment saw Aldis becoming a victim of the chaos on the blue brand. The SmackDown GM might take a proactive step and bring back a WWE icon to help restore order to the Friday night show. Nick Aldis could appoint Mickie James as his assistant on the episode of SmackDown after Elimination Chamber. Her last major appearance in WWE as a competitor came on January 29, 2022, during the Women's Royal Rumble match. A major reason why James could come back is due to what happened backstage between Chelsea Green and Mourning. Both superstars were seen arguing in Aldis' office last night. As Green taunted the former OC member, Mourning swung a kendo stick in frustration, but it accidentally hit SmackDown GM as the hot mess dodged. Although it was unintentional, the incident left Nick Aldis visibly frustrated. With chaos running wild, Nick might be looking for some backup. This could open the door for Mickie James to return as an authority figure. Also, since she is Nick Aldis' wife, bringing her back to WWE could be a smooth and straightforward decision for the Blue Brand's GM. Moreover, the former Divas champion has immense respect among the current women's roster as she is a legendary figure in pro wrestling. Therefore, her presence could bring much-needed stability to the women's division on SmackDown. Besides, James is also a part of WWE's LFG show, indicating that she is on good terms with the Stamford-based promotion. She has made a few subtle appearances in WWE during Raw's Netflix debut and SmackDown's USA Network premiere. Nick Aldis to seek revenge for getting attacked on SmackDown? Nick Aldis was not happy about how he ended up suffering a blow with the kendo stick in his office. Frustrated with the constant clashes between Chelsea Green and Mourning, the 38-year-old might take matters into his own hands. To finally settle their rivalry, Aldis could introduce a major clause for their upcoming street fight next week. The SmackDown general manager might raise the stakes by putting Chelsea Green's Women's United States Championship on the line. It is quite expected to happen as the OC member has her sights set on the gold. On top of that, Nick Aldis could add a clause stating that it would be Mourning's last shot at the title. Such a stipulation would not just add more excitement to the street fight but would also serve as Aldis' way of getting some payback. It could also put an end to the never-ending saga between Green and Mourning on SmackDown. By ending such a long rivalry, WWE can build some new feuds for the hot mess and her coveted title. Hence, there is a high possibility for such an angle to unfold next week. The air in the WWE locker room buzzed with a mixture of excitement and uncertainty. Nick Aldis, the newly minted general manager of WWE SmackDown, stood in front of the production table, reviewing the night's lineup. His mind was sharp, his focus unwavering, but there was one thing that kept creeping into his thoughts: the phone call he had received earlier that day. A veteran WWE icon, once an irreplaceable part of the roster, had been silent for over 1,100 days. He had stepped away from the spotlight after a backstage incident that shocked the WWE universe. But now, Nick Aldis had the power to bring him back. His decision to rehire this legend as an assistant, a move that would undoubtedly stir the pot, was about to take the WWE universe by storm. It had been 1,133 days since that fateful night. A backstage altercation involving the former champion, a rising star, and a shocking turn of events left the WWE management with no choice but to suspend the veteran. The backlash was immense. Fans, who once held the legend in the highest regard, were left confused, heartbroken, and ultimately disappointed. The superstar's reputation had been tarnished, and he vanished from television, leaving a void in the WWE that no one had been able to fill. But now, as Aldis sat in his office with the phone in his hand, staring at the name on the screen, his heart raced. This was a risky move, one that could either pay off or blow up in his face. But Nick Aldis was never one to shy away from risk. After all, his rise to power had been built on calculated decisions, and this one felt like a gamble worth taking. He took a deep breath and pressed the call button. It was time to make history. The phone rang for what felt like an eternity. Finally, the familiar voice picked up on the other end. "Nick, you've got me." "What's up?" It was the legendary former champion, his voice carrying a hint of both curiosity and skepticism. "Listen," Nick began, leaning forward in his chair, "I need you back. SmackDown needs you back." The silence on the other end of the line was deafening. Nick could almost feel the weight of the moment. "After all this time, you want me to come back?" the voice asked, the disbelief palpable. "You know what happened. The incident." Nick's tone softened, understanding the sensitivity of the situation. "I know. And I'm not asking you to forget. But WWE needs your experience, your leadership. And I need your help, specifically, as an assistant to me here in the back. It's not a return to the ring, but it's your chance to be part of something bigger than just yourself." The line went quiet again. Nick could almost hear the wheels turning in the mind of the icon. He had been away from the industry for too long to simply walk back into the same role he once held. The trust had been broken. There was no denying that. "You're asking me to step back in, but not as the star I once was," the voice replied carefully. "Why me? Why not someone else?" Nick's eyes flashed with a mixture of determination and hope. "Because you're the best at what you do. You've been the backbone of this company. You've helped shape it into what it is today. And you've got a responsibility, not just to the WWE Universe, but to the locker room. The superstars today need guidance, and I believe you can provide that. We've got a lot of fresh talent coming in, and they need to learn from someone who has been through it all." The champion paused again, and Nick could hear him sigh. "What about the incident? What about the backlash?" "I can't change the past," Nick admitted, "but I know one thing for sure, WWE fans have short memories. They're quick to forgive when the right person shows them what they've been missing. That's why I need you. For your expertise, your guidance, and yes, for your leadership. You can show everyone why you're a Hall of Famer without stepping into the ring again. Think of it as your chance to redeem yourself on your terms." The line went silent for a moment, before the voice on the other end finally spoke again. "All right, Nick. I'll do it. I'll come back. But I need things on my terms, no drama. If I'm going to be part of this again, I'll need to prove to the fans and the locker room that I still have something to offer." Nick smiled, the tension in his shoulders releasing. "You've got it. We'll work out the details. I promise you, this is going to be bigger than you think." Fast forward 2 weeks, and WWE SmackDown was about to witness the most anticipated return in years. The stage was set, the arena packed, and the excitement in the air was palpable. The fans were on the edge of their seats, eagerly waiting to see who Nick Aldis would bring back to the WWE Universe. The lights dimmed, and the familiar sound of a microphone clicking echoed through the arena. Nick Aldis stood in the center of the ring, his eyes scanning the crowd as the tension built. "I know you've all been waiting for this," he said, his voice calm yet commanding. "Tonight, SmackDown changes forever. Tonight, we welcome back someone who has been sorely missed, someone who changed the face of WWE in ways you can't even imagine. Without further delay, please join me in welcoming back to WWE, after 1,133 days, a man who is not just a legend, but a vital part of this company's future." A single spotlight flashed down onto the entrance ramp, and the crowd roared in anticipation. Suddenly, the unmistakable figure walked out, tall, confident, and dressed in a crisp suit. It was him, the icon, the man who had once been the face of the company. The crowd erupted in cheers, some standing, some screaming in disbelief. But as he made his way down to the ring, his eyes locked with Nick Aldis. There was no turning back now. The WWE Universe had never seen anything like this before. The legend stepped into the ring, the crowd chanting his name. "Welcome back. Welcome back." Nick Aldis extended his hand. "It's good to have you back, my friend." The icon shook his hand firmly. "Let's do this, Nick. As the two stood together in the ring, it was clear that this moment marked a turning point for both WWE and its fans. The legend wasn't just back in a new role, he was returning to reshape the future of WWE from the shadows, showing the world that redemption was possible even after 1,133 days in exile. The real question now wasn't what the future held for him, but what the WWE Universe would say after this monumental return. And for Nick Aldis, it was only the beginning of a new era, one where the past and present collided in a way no one could have ever imagined.